Oh, hey there. So, as you can see, I'm like 90% ready. But I stopped because this palette from NARS that they just came out with is so beautiful. And I wanted to film a look also because I have one that's fresh, that's never been used, that I'm going to give away. So I thought it would be cool to show you the palette and then show you some options of like what you can do with this palette. It's called Wanted, and it's just so good. There's so many things that you can do with this palette. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. As you can see, I've already dabbled in it a little bit, and I always go for these kind of like light shimmery colors just for day, which I'm just going to show you here on my hand. So those are kind of like my go-to daytime colors, but there's just like this one here looks a little bit, maybe you'd be like, oh, I don't know what that's gonna look like. And it's kind of this like reddish, greenish, depends on what light hits it, which is so cool. And then you just have some really beautiful kind of like taupey, terracotta, warm browns. And then like a nice chocolatey dark brown. So I feel like there's a lot of great options here, and I like the idea that they did a palette in the winter that's a lot more of the warmer tones, because I think that's so much more beautiful to see those types of colors in the winter time when it's a little bit chillier and not as sunny or warm outside. So may as well warm up your face, right? I'm just putting a few of these on my hand really quickly, just so you guys can see kind of like swatching, my style of swatching, which is just kind of winging it. But this is kind of a little bit what some of those colors look like, which leads me to what should I do for mine today? It's daytime, so I'm not gonna go nuts with like this crazy smoky eye, though any of these colors into a smoke, like a reddish kind of smoky eye, would be so hot for night. I love it. But I'm not gonna go that hardcore. I think you guys know me by now. You know, it's not quite my jam for daytime. So I'm gonna start with the second color in here. It's gonna take me too long to try to name them all, so I'm not going to, but I'm gonna start with that color and just do a nice little sweep all the way across my lid. As you can see, yes, I do already have mascara on, which is fine. If I need to touch up my mascara, I will. But I definitely want to get some of this shadow on my eyes. So, what do we want to do? Well, it's definitely gonna be warm. Let me see what this, sorry, you guys have to bear with me while I decide. I think I'm gonna start with this kind of greeny, goldy, brownie boy. I just named it. And then let's see what it looks like on the eye, and I'll decide from there. Okay, so I'm keeping my little fluffy brush in hand, so along the way as I'm layering, I can kind of just continue to blend. So I like that as a start. I'm going to move next door to it, this kind of reddy toned bronzy brown, and I just put a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to kind of sweep that along the lower part of my crease and eyelid. So you literally, these eyeshadows are quite pigmented, so go easy because you can always add more. It's harder to take away, but I want to kind of pull out my corner just a little bit. And this is helpful. I always suggest kind of stepping back and looking in a larger mirror, not so close up, so you can also get a perspective from a little bit further. So I've got it on, and now I'm just kind of blending it out. And lately I've been okay also with letting the shadow go up higher, almost into the brow bone, but it's a little bit more of that classic look that you would see in the 80s and 90s, which I think is coming back, or at least I like it. And then it wouldn't be me without a little bit of sparkle. So let's go for, I'm like testing on my hand. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll do a little bit of this one here. It's not quite as sparkle. And I'm going to give my eyelid a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to drop that just right into the center of my eyelid. And then I'm going to take the shimmery one here, and I'm going to start that kind of more from my corner of my eye and give a little shine there. So then I'm going to take a smaller brush, something that has a little bit more detail to it, to really get into the corner of my eye. And this brush is a little bit damp, so it does help to make this eyeshadow stick. And then I'll take the same brush and just barely put a little bit of that first initial color that I put onto my lid and just sweep a little bit of that underneath just to kind of connect everything. So for me, I love to play a lot with shimmer and sparkle. And so to kind of finish with the eyeshadow, I'm going to take the sparkliest one out of all of them and kind of draw and tap just on that outer corner, because it's really cute when the light hits it. And I always put like a little bit down there too. So just kind of a light dusting. And especially at night, I mean, I ham up the glitter a lot at night. Kind of getting it down in there. And then, why not? I mean, I am going to take a smaller, smudgy, flat brush like so. This is Tom Ford number 21. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that darkest chocolatey brown just lightly at the lash line. I love that I added that liner. It's not even really liner, it's just kind of adding a little bit of depth at the lash line, and I think it's perfect for day. I kind of just kicked it out a little bit to match that corner that I drew out originally. And then I'm just going to give another little light layer of mascara. And I just recently started using from Hourglass. This is called The Realist, and I'm obsessed with this mascara. It's so good, and I believe that this wand is called the Curator. I really hope that's what it's called, because that's what I'm calling it right now. But one of my best friends works with Hourglass, and so I knew about it. She kind of told me about it, and obviously I saw when it launched, but I didn't really run out and buy it. I wasn't really paying attention because I thought it was weird. If you can see it right here, it's like nothing I've ever used before, and it's metal. So actually, you keep this forever, and then you just refill your mascara, and it also does come with a primer as well. But I just didn't understand really, because it's not like your traditional mascara wand. I didn't really get how it was going to work or what it was gonna make the lash. Okay, so whatever. I just needed to try it, okay? And I did. She brought me one, and now I'm like, whoa, this mascara is fantastic. It stays on really well. If you struggle with raccoon eyes or anything like that, I do wear this. If I have it on and I'm at the gym, I do sweat a lot. So I can tell you that it passes the sweat test, which means I think it would pass the raccoon eye test as well. So that's great. That's good news. And you can really decide what kind of look you want to have with this mascara, because I definitely have tried both ways. Like if I just do a really light layer, I can just have almost natural lashes but they're lightweight and they're feathery and they're fluffy. Or I can keep going with it and I feel like I can really build it up. So that's the skinny on this mascara. So the eyes are complete and I'm loving it. I think it's just so pretty. When you move around, especially with adding that little bit of sparkle on the edges, it just is so nice when the light hits it. So I'm just going to finish off with lip, and this is also NARS. Look at my dirty fingers. And I have these two colors because I always like to kind of draw things out first, just with more of a nude or a natural tone. This one is called Intriguing. Okay, so this is so pretty even on its own. I do have on a little bit of chapstick, so that's because these are really, they're not dry, but they're definitely velvety, so that's why it kind of went on a little bit smoother. But I think I want to richen it up just slightly, so that's why I have this other color called Infatuated Red, which is really pretty too. So I'm actually going to take it and start it just in the center of my lips. And then just kind of diffuse it. It's weird to have these fingers with shadow all over them. And then, yeah, just diffuse it a little bit. This is gorgeous on its own. I'll show you. Right here. It's a beautiful, nice, rich brick red. But that's the fun about makeup, is you can mix and match once you start collecting things. So this just is a little bit more of a subdued version of it. So yeah, this is the look for the day. I mean, the great thing about palettes, you guys, is just the possibilities are always endless, and it gives you the opportunity to play. And a lot of the times, I mean, you can create millions of different looks within one palette, just depending on what you have going on, your mood, all of it. But you know, you guys know NARS. It's really good quality, and I think it's just a fun addition to this winter and the holiday season. So anyways, good luck. I am going to give one of these away. Check out my Instagram for the info on that. And until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.